And then he got it.
Yeah, he said no right now.
All right, Amos 5:19. I got hand warmers too.
He said 5 and 18 and 19.
We can start at 18 if you want to know. I might get them started up.
You good? You got that?
Oh, help them out. I ain't even asked. Help them out.
You got it out.
I got the definition. Salvation?
Yeah.
All right. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm good to start up today.
Shalom. Yeah, you can. You got it.
All right. Here, matter of fact, whenever they warm up, we'll keep passing them around. I only got 2. Yeah. I'm just call them out.
You want to hear something else?
So let's start there. I'm gonna walk them down.
Right.
Got some things on my mind.
Get the prayers down, dude. Prayers. That's mandatory to learn. There's gonna be quizzes, I'm telling you. I feel it through the spirit. It's constantly being brought up over and over again. So the spotlight will be on every last one of us to know those 4. That's mandatory.
I got it.
You have to turn it sideways. Well, no, you don't know. You want it upright?
Yeah.
Water. I'm gonna reverse this.
No, yeah, just leave it like that. When you do it on reverse and flip
Well,
it
then you
on.
want to do that then.
Oh, I'll turn it around. Yeah, turn it around. See me?
It's gonna be a meeting with the disciples. Hopefully, not just arguing water disciples and things. Right?
Yeah.
Anybody go play on country and leave it. Tell everybody one-on-one prayer.
So, like you said, it's gonna be a meeting when?
At the camp. If we don't have a study, right after everybody leave a camp, and then if we do have a study at the elder crib after the study, however many, if we have.
Which one, brother? The hold on.
This is good to go.
I can't. That's on
that.
It's good. They good to go.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.
We're the Hebrew Israelites coming from the GMS Cleveland camp. We're going to turn to the east, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, giving the honors and power to the elders, great millstone, peace and blessings, blessings and true sincerity, Kwam Yasharallah, and Abad Babor. All right, we out here again to teach you Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, and Israelites scattered abroad that you are the chosen people of the scriptures. You are the chosen of the Most High. All right? Go ahead. We're going to get right into it.
This is the definition of salvation. Salvation means being saved or protected from harm, danger, or destruction.
Yeah. So salvation means that you were saved. Salvation means that you were saved from destruction, impending doom. So if you feel like you saved right now, but you ain't been through nothing, or you ain't never seen a missile in the sky, you ain't never, bro, your life ain't in danger the way you think it is right now. But so you ain't saved until you have been saved from something. All right, that's it on that.
It says, but in religious context, it's primarily about spiritual deliverance from sin.
Yeah, ultimately, that's what we get ready to be. Hey, that's what we get ready to be saved from. The scriptures talk about how the twinkling of an eye will be changed. The scriptures talk about how He gonna write the law in our inward parts. Ultimately, that's what's keeping us here, sin. And every time you sin, now you are worthy of death. That's what we pray. The thing that we praying for is to get. We want a perfect body, a perfect mind, a new country. All of those things they play into salvation. Because once we're in that better place, which is the kingdom of heaven, we're not gonna sin no more. The Lord not gonna be angry with us no more. We're not gonna cry tears of sadness. We're not gonna. You ain't gonna stuff that on your coffee table no more. Something as little as that. We're gonna be saved from all pain and frustration.
It says it's primarily about spiritual deliverance from sin, its consequences, like death, and achieving eternal life or liberation, often through faith, redemption, and spiritual practices.
Yeah, that's ultimately, that's the salvation that we really seeking for. We not gonna die no more. Because we done been saved a couple times. Joshua, he went to war. King David went to war. King Solomon had 40 years of peace. And Moses, he brought us out of the land of Egypt. We've been saved a couple times. But the ultimate salvation we want is to never die again. To have our own land permanently. To get those promises that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were promised. That's the ultimate salvation. We're not looking to leave America, go to the next country, then fall away again. That's not what we're looking for no more. We're looking for eternal salvation. Right back.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, and starting at verse 18. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Yeah, y'all niggas desire the day of the Lord, but y'all don't know what's coming. Again, like I said, we went into salvation. You got some people thinking they saved right now. What did you save from? You at the crib with your feet kicked up on your ottoman, watching the NFL Sunday night football game after serving cheese and rice. What was you saved from? You ain't went through. Jacob's trouble ain't happened yet. Revelation 6 and 6, that ain't in full effect yet. It's certain scriptures that have not hit home yet. What are you saved from? Yahushua ain't cracked them clouds. The missiles ain't hit the sky yet. What were you saved from? And y'all desire the day of the Lord. You know why? They think the day of the Lord is a day where, when the Lord comes back, our arms are going to be thrown back and we're going to slowly raise into the sky on a blue beam of light. That's what they think. They think it's going to be a sweet day. But you don't know what the day of the Lord is. The believers is going to be here the day of the Lord. We're going to be saved from it, but you going to be here while everything going through it. Yep.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, and verse 14. The great day of the Lord, Yahweh, is near. It is near, and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, Yahweh, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
You see, in the like the brother's going into, man, that day is not going to be all peaches and cream, man. And they think that JC's gonna come out of the sky, with a big ass rainbow. You know what I'm saying? Some sissies on one side. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, angels with little baby angels on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Passing out lollipops, man. But that day is gonna come upon these people unawares, and when Yahushua makes return, man, there's gonna be a lot of bloodshed, man. Like it says in Isaiah 66, the slain of the Lord shall be many, man. Keep going on that, right?
Zephaniah 1 and verse 15, it says that that day is a day of wrath.
Break it down now.
It says, it says that day is a day of wrath.
Right the word,
Yeah.
right the word wrath. Because that day, a specific time period, not literally a 24-hour time period, but a specific time period, it's going to be a day of wrath. You know, y'all niggas know wrath don't mean something good. Go ahead, you guys.
It says the word for wrath, Strong's H5678. It says outpouring, overflow, access, fury, wrath, arrogance, access, outburst, overflowing rage or fury.
Overflowing rage. That day, the Lord holding back right now. So we're talking about how because judgment has not been done expediently. But when he let it all loose, niggas gonna be, why me, Lord? What's going on? Well, he gonna let it all go at once. That's
what it says, that every man shall be rewarded according to his works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people some people gonna have it a lot harder than others, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Where in Jacob's trouble, you might get your arm and one leg cut off, man, and the Lord still gonna have you living, man. You know what I'm saying? You still gonna have to survive and go through the tribulation and trials while you're in that condition, man. You know. You got that.
Verse 15 from the top. It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness.
Desolation means it's nothing left. Desolation is a fucking desert. It's empty. It's void of life. It's nothing. It's literally void.
A day of desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess.
A day of darkness and gloominess. You rather, when it's the summertime, you rather the sun be out, it's 80 degrees. You got the bikinis, it's a good old time, the beach balls in the sky. A day of gloominess and darkness, then the fucking city is empty. It's no understanding. It's depression going on. It's darkness. It's empty. It's an evil feeling in the air. It's not good.
A day of clouds and thick darkness. Verse 16.
And it says that the same thing in Joel. And was that Joel the 2nd chapter about before it was the Garden of Eden? You got that on?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. You grab that Joel too. You can finish your point out. You can hold that, and then you can let the brother break it down.
Verse 16.
No, you got it.
Verse 16. A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities.
Yeah, because what is a trumpet? A trumpet is an instrument, but in the ancient world, it wasn't just something you danced to. When you heard that trumpet, hey, them walls might come down. The trumpet was a sign, a certain tune was played, and that means it was wartime. When you heard that trumpet, it made me think of the movie Mulan. When that goddamn drum got the beating, and they made that certain sound, that means it's not a good time. Even in modern day terms, a trumpet would be like when you hear the tornado, what's that sound? It's a sound that comes from the sirens. When you hear that shit, you wondering, is it a test or is it real?
That's the tornado siren.
Yep, the tornado siren. Because you wondering, is it just a test or is it real? Because if it's real, it's danger at your front door. It's already here. You either prepared or you're not. Same way with the trumpet in the ancient world. When you heard that trumpet, hey, it's 10,000 troops outside. And if they get in this war, they're going to pillage this. They're going to take your gold. They're going to ravish your women. It's going to be a terrible day for you.
Fenced cities. We start from the top. This is the book of Zephaniah 1 and 16. A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men that they shall walk like blind men because they have sinned against the Lord.
Yeah, it said them fenced cities, well-protected cities, they're going to have men walking as blind men. They're not going to have no understanding. They're going to be, your top elite niggas today, I got this course for $38 on Instagram. I'll show you how to make $10,000, nigga. I got all the plans. You don't need church. You don't need the Lord. I'm going to show you everything. And that day, they going to be on the fucking sidewalk with the homeless man. That $10,000 is going to be turning to marbles and the kids going to play with it.
Yep.
It's going to be no understanding. Well, yeah, this breakdown I used to have, it doesn't really work anymore because the stoplights don't work. People don't buy cars anymore. There's a universal currency. So, they're going to be walking as blind. A blind man don't understand too much. He hear a voice, he react to it, and that's it. That's how they going to be. You're going to hear a goddamn roach. It's going to be so quiet in this place, you're going to hear a roach skirtling across the concrete.
Sin against the Lord.
Hey, if I can say that, because that's what the elder in Kansas City, he did a lesson about the EMP attacks.
Yeah.
And, especially going back to the plagues of before that was sent from Egypt, about the darkness that covered the land. That you can stick your hand out, you couldn't even see where your hand was at. You know what I'm saying? So these things are coming back to Babylon the Great, and it tells you that in what's that? Wisdom of Solomon about the strange apparition, huh?
Yep.
All right.
Take it back.
No, I was saying,
Yeah,
right.
fine.
That's actual factual information, and that's why the Lord say ain't nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
So He gonna bring the plagues of Egypt back to what? Egypt. This place is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, and it's got all the ancient spirits back here for what? For judgment. And so what we're doing is we're blowing a trumpet and we're warning the people about the day of the Lord. And the day of the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night. A lot of you are getting ready for the holidays and not understanding. You just create more iniquity for yourself. See?
That's what it says, that the Lord requires that which is past.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So everything has to take place again, man. We're in ancient Egypt 2.0, ancient Babylon 2.0.
Rome 2.0.
Yeah, exactly, man.
All of it. All of it.
It's all wrapped up in one.
Hey, that's why they call it. No, just bro, I was just about to say that. That's why they call it the melting pot, bro.
Yeah.
Real talk.
And it says that in Habakkuk that he gathered to him all people.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what Esau wants, man. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, their idea of a new world is going to utterly crash, man. You know? Yeah, keep going. This is the topic right here.
Sin against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung.
Yeah, y'all gonna be a piece of shit. All that, everybody that went against the Lord, whether he was a 2/3, whether he was a fucking Assyrian, you came over here for a better life for your family. But guess what? You went against the Lord. That's all y'all did by picking up with Babylon the Great, which is the United States, the modern day name. Which you got Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, Mystery Babylon. All of that is just the United States of America.
Yeah.
Y'all came over here to join hand in hand with the so-called white man, which is the Edomite points the Bible. Y'all, by joining up with him, you went against the Lord. And that's why the scriptures say your flesh can be poured out as dung. You know what a dung beetle is? A beetle that collects shit. Dung is shit. Everybody walk past shit and be like, that shit's nice. Nobody's collecting shit. It's shit. It's the bottom of the bottom. That's what y'all gonna be like in that day.
Neither it says Zephaniah 1:18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land.
Read it back.
Zephaniah 1:18 from the top. Neither shall their silver nor their gold. Yeah.
Stop with the comments.
Ain't no comment here. I'm gonna read it from the top again because I see why it's here. It says neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in
Right
the
there.
day.
Yeah, the scriptures talk about how what do riches profit a man in the day of the Lord. You can't, I'm roughly paraphrasing it, but you can't offer the Lord, I got these 5 gold coins, please just have mercy on me. Lord, I got 60 talents of silver. Please, Lord, I'll give up all my money. Hey, the Lord don't need your money. What can you offer the Lord outside of your time, your life, and your sacrifice? That's the only thing the Lord wants from you, is sacrifice. That silver and gold, that shit is valuable to men, not the Lord. The Lord controls the silver and gold that fucking get mine. That's not valuable to him. The Lord can turn a fucking... The Lord can turn a fucking whole building to gold. He got the power like that. So what is your gold and silver gonna do? Nothing. It's not gonna deliver you.
Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy.
Yeah, the fire jealousy, these fucking ICBMs, and who knows what type of fucking weapons they got at this point. All we know is 200 million warheads is gonna pellet this motherfucker. It's gonna rain down on this place. It might be it's gonna be hydrogen bombs. It's gonna be ICBMs. It's gonna be all type of weapons of mass destructions that's gonna hit this place and melt this place. That's what the fire is gonna rain on this place. Where you stepping and walking right now, where you go to work, where you drive to go on a date, where you drive to go do folly, where you drive to go do wickedness, that same land is going to be burnt up and turned to a desert. And burn for a very long time.
For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land.
A speedy riddance. Now, it's not going to take 2 hours. It's not going to take 10 hours. The scriptures talk about how that Babylon was destroyed in 1 hour. That's what the scriptures, thus saith the scriptures. In 1 hour, Babylon have fallen. 60 minutes. That's it. When the first missile hit New York, the last missile gonna hit California. It's gonna be a 60-minute interval, a 1 hour period. That's how long it's gonna take. It took y'all niggas 200, what we on, the 252nd year? Yep. That's how long it took you to build it up. Hey, the Lord said, though they shall build, I shall throw down. The same way it took y'all forever to build this place up. The Lord said, in the blink of an eye, it's gonna be gone. Your way of life is gonna be gone. America is gonna be gone. American lifestyle, the Western lifestyle, I ain't gonna say Western, I won't be clear. The Western lifestyle is gonna be gone within the blink of an eye. The trade market is gonna crash. Bitcoin gonna be gone. Yo, everything that a nigga think about in America is gonna be gone within an hour. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city.
Yeah, that's what nobody walking behind.
Bring reference on
Revelation chapter 18 and 9 again. And the kings of the earth.
Yeah, the kings of the earth. Yo, when you go to these summit meetings, you got the king of China, you got the king of Japan, which they not called kings no more. They call presidents. They call they got different titles. Yep, prime ministers, presidents, and so forth. That's what the kings of the earth represent. You got the, like I said, you got these summit meetings. Look around. Those the faces. You got these certain. Look at Trump. He meet up with certain country leaders. All right. Those are your kings of the earth.
It says,
and you know what's funny about these summit meetings? They all yes men. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because ultimately they fear the whore that you know what I'm saying that's sitting on the beast, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when you do the history, even in the scriptures it says that in Revelation 13 that he made fire come down from heaven and decided the nation. So automatically they put the fear in these nations. So now when you go to these summit meetings, all they do is bow to the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because they know that it tells you that the nations spent 1 hour with the beast. You know what I'm saying? Because they're partaker of the benefits of the position that Esau Edom is in. All right. So what's happening is everybody's falling in line to Esau Edom, man. Yep. You know, there is no dialogue or back and forth or throwing ideas. Whatever America say, everybody falls in line with it, man.
There ain't no critical thinking
Yeah.
used. When America step up and they say, yeah, man, fuck the ocean pollution, what we need to work on is the trade system. The whole time, your country goddamn swarming in ocean pollution. Ain't no trade going on because your country, the ocean covered in trash.
Yep.
But you can't speak up because you know what? They'll bomb your shit. At least right now, as far as them being in power, they'll say, well, you got problems with the ocean, now you got problems on the land too, nigga. Boom. You don't wake up the next day and all you hear is boom.
Yep.
This nigga, he the hammer of the earth.
And your leader get assassinated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then America put a puppet into you know, a yes man into the office. You know what I'm saying? That's how America gets down, man.
shit, in spirit, that's what DJ Trump is. Because if you pay attention to his politics and what he promoted during his run for the presidency, it's the total opposite of what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's like the polar opposite. Okay? So that lets you know he wasn't doing this for the so-called American people. He was running for the people that's over here to implement the NWO, the MOTB, and every other wicked act that you can think of that's going to befall this place, which is why we need a Savior. See? It says,
I was gonna say, that's why we believe he's the true king in the scriptures, because he not really like the, when you look at Trump, he was in movies, he was on magazines, he never really was a president type of person. He's a businessman.
Yeah, politician.
Yep,
Yeah.
a politician. Perfect word. This nigga will close his whole company down and get rid of 6,000 jobs so he can save his fucking 1 or 2 billion.
Yep.
That's why we saying this nigga cruel as fuck. That's what a fucking, he not a leader, he a boss. That's what bosses do. I gotta keep my bank account in check. Nigga, you'll be alright. You used to be important. You look at us like ants. When you step on an ant, you don't think twice about his life. That's how this nigga is cruel like that. The same niggas that voted for him, he said, "Thank you, you Mexicans. Like, get the fuck out of here."
Hey, not only is he's also an entertainer, man. You know what I'm saying? A crooked entertainer. You know, he had the TV show. What was that? Your Fire.
Right.
What that shit?
That nigga bought the one nigga. He bought the car. He said, "My kids." He said, "I'll buy them too."
I was just about to mention that.
Yep.
That's what he's been doing. They introduced him that way. He's been grooming the public. First, they made you believe when Ross Perot ran for president years ago that America needs a businessman. Then they introduced Trump on TV and made him that businessman, gave you that image in your head. So people was glad to vote for him and put him in this position.
Yeah, hella rap songs about him.
Done.
That nigga song Up Like Donald Trump. It was the 2010s. That nigga, he was that nigga.
Right.
Hey, they had him in a good life. We got a hand warmer. We can get back to that.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 9 again. And the kings of the earth who committed fornication.
Fornication, it basically goes into adultery. But what they did was it's spiritual with them because they didn't literally come over here and sleep with the kings and queens. No, but they laid in bed symbolically. They teamed up with them. Anything they wanted, they gave. Anything they needed, they did. They basically they laid in bed with America.
Because they drank that wine.
Yeah,
So,
they
yeah.
gave into it. Hey, like I always bring it up when you look at Japan. Japan in the 1850s, even the 1900s, these niggas had a different attire. They had swords on them. They had a completely different culture. We look at them now. Them niggas got rainbow hair. They got a McDonald's. Them niggas have been Americanized, and they ain't even in America.
That's what I was going to say. You know when a country has been sleeping with the poor because you'll see a fucking McDonald's there. Or a KFC, all right? Or you'll see something that's an abominable that you know typically they would not allow in their country. You see, that's why another part of that wine is the rainbow community. You see, remember when Kamala Harris went over to some of those so-called African nations pushing that shit, you know, trying to say, hey, you know, we'll pay you, okay, to allow these people in your country to be able to participate in that and live without fear, and they sent that bitch home packing. Like, no, we're not dealing with that. You see, because some countries are still holding fast, you know, to whatever their culture is. But at the end of the day, that's an example of how the wine of Babylon is being sent around the world, or an example of spiritual fortification.
It's a get down and lay down mindset with Babylon.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was in Kenya. It was a West African country. They basically they made being a hoe illegal, and America put sanctions on them.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like it seems sweet dealing with America. Oh, we're gonna make a bunch of money, but nigga, you gotta get down with what we own. Not we per se, but the country itself. You gotta get down with the country on. Our rules is now your rules. You have now been made what's the word? A vassal state in so many words.
Yeah.
What we passed, you better be applying that shit in your country. And that's what they don't tell you. When you look at this scripture, you would look at it, you'll just think, oh, they teamed up. No, they are one with this nigga. Like they have completely submitted.
And you know the difference with this is that they give the illusion that they will be vassal state. Because when we go to the definition of vassal state, all you have to do is pay tribute, and you're still allowed to keep your laws, your traditions, and customs. It's like Judea was a vassal state to the Roman Empire. You know, we were able to still, do sacrifices in the temple, you know what I'm saying, and things like that until the temple was set. You know what I'm saying? So these nations are allowed to do what they want only to a degree. But, but then they force it. Hey, you got to do this. You know, you got to let people be moles. You know what I'm saying? You got to let people, things like that. So it's conditions. with that being a vassal state, you know?
And then after a generation or two, everybody freaks and
Yep,
shit
yep.
and weirdos.
That's
now.
why they attack the kids.
Yep.
That's what they do.
I got that. Oh, Salaki. I was just about to get that definition of vassal state.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
This is the definition of a vassal state according to Google. It says a vassal state is a nation that is technically independent but submits to the authority of a more powerful state, an overlord or suzerain. I don't know what that means. It says owing it loyalty and often military support or tribute in exchange for protection while retaining some internal self-governance.
And see that's why a lot of these states, I mean these countries fall in line. Because ultimately, you know, like we were going into, how about you know, the ancient Roman Empire? The ancient Roman Empire's military was unlike anything the world had ever seen. And now the revival of the Roman Empire is the same thing right now, man. The American military is unlike any other military that the world has ever seen, man. You know?
Trying to keep her at home.
Yep, exactly,
This nigga
exactly.
spread, he got an embassy in every country.
Yep.
He got an embassy in countries that hate him. You know how I was in the movie Hotel Rwanda, all that fucking turmoil was going on because of the Edomites. Other Edomites came in and said, hey, we're gonna bring peace. Niggas ain't bring no peace. They brought even them being there brought even more destruction and death and hell followed them. But it just show you this nigga, he fit the description of an Edomite in the scriptures. Everything we bringing out is showing you all this death and destruction. This come from following this devil. This come from following the so-called white man. Yeah, you get an 80,000 fucking Rubicon car. Yeah, you get a brand new Honda Accord. But then you gotta sit in a fucking furnace like Isaiah 4. What is Isaiah? Is it 4? They shall burn as a hungry.
Malachi.
Yeah, Malachi. That's what it's Malachi 4:1. You gotta go through that shit. This nigga has sold you a dream. This ultimately going into all this shit sound good until you gotta pay that tab.
Says, and live deliciously with her.
Oh, like I said, y'all niggas had a good old time in the 1950s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. Every decade, a different country, they had a good old fucking time. Oh man, they said it's so much shit these countries benefiting from until it turned around and now it's time to pay your taxes. We pay taxes, but these other countries, they got unpaid tabs. And when you owe America money, they don't want the money, they want your country. Well, give us your next generation of kids. Well, give us this certain amount of land. We want to put our troops right here. We want to walk around and apply our law. Fuck your culture. You live great. It said live deliciously. And you ate off of us. We sent our troops. Fucking the Vietnamese war, even though America had nothing to do with that, they was there. They said, hey man, we helped y'all fight that shit. Now y'all niggas gotta pay tribute.
Yep.
And then we know y'all ain't got no more army. So it's a yes or yes answer. Who the fuck gonna fight back? All your men are dead. It's nothing but women and kids left. Bitch can't think for herself. For real. They probably was like, yes, we'll put on the 3-piece suit and go to work for 10 hours, even though we used to be in at home all fucking day long. Oh, next 20 years later, next generation, America took it over.
And it's a trade-off because now what does America do? They put jobs in those, they outsource the jobs. You know what I'm saying, for cheaper labor, and it's big bucks to these other nations. You know what I'm saying, but it's put into the dollar to the elites. You know what I'm saying, of America. So what happens is that now everything that makes America run is being put off onto the other nations, man. And now the American people are hurt now, man. You know?
I went through that in the job. We basically made valves and shit. It was heavy. It was like different types of steels and heavy metals and shit. And I was working at a job, and a certain Edomite walked through. This nigga had that walk like he'll fire your ass. You know that type of Edomite. That nigga don't look in your eyes. He just say, "What's that right there?" But you standing all you know. This nigga was an Edomite, and they said, "Be careful around him." The last job, the last area, he sent the whole steel type area across seas. And when I asked, I said, "Why do they say you see that piece of metal? They sell that for $50,000. Over there, it costs $10,000 to make and ship all together. They make $40,000 on this one guy.
Ooh.
My job was to grab 12 of those a day. And that nigga sent that shit over. I said, well, what about them in the back? It was all Edomites in the back. Niggas was like, this our job. They was scared, like, I make $35 an hour. If you take this away from me, I'm gonna make what the niggas make. $17.50. Yes. That shit is that it hit home when you see it. When you live these scriptures, it hit home.
It says, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Oh, they gonna be crying and sighing.
Yep.
The other nations, they gonna be sad. America destroyed. What are we gonna do for money now? I just told you, other nations, this is where all their work coming from. This how they making their money. Ain't no fucking bro. When you go to India, 1 billion people, half of their work comes from this place. What they gonna do when this place is destroyed in 1 hour? What they gonna do when the fish gates is closed? What they gonna do when this place don't exist no more? Get in chains, because that's the only option. It ain't gonna be no more work. It's gonna be a recession in the world when this place get destroyed. Until we get in power. You got it.
It says,
Hey, and that's why the brothers read now Revelation 18 that they're going to be wailed,
Yeah.
you know, and lament. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately this is a cash cow for the entire world, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, they got corner stores here. Them niggas come here on the
Yeah,
visa.
Yeah, that's why Trump making them visas 100,000.
Yeah.
Hey, that shit wild. It's gonna force them to flee into their own land.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
so,
yeah.
Either that or they're gonna pay it.
Yeah, right, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You know they get a tax write-off.
Right.
7 years.
7 years,
tax write-off. What?
yeah. You got it, huh?
it says, verse 10, standing afar for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
We was talking about that the whole time. That 1 hour, a
That's the
16
point right
minute
there.
interval. It took y'all niggas we've been here for 252 years since been established as the United States of America. And in 1 hour, this bitch gonna be destroyed. From New York City, from New York, all the way to Stockton, California. In 1 hour, that bitch gonna be wiped out. It's gonna be like the movie Terminator. The wall of fire just it's gonna Bucka walk. Well, that nigga got his Instagram, Mr. Walk Down. Hey, the missus gonna be Mr. Walk Down, and that nigga right across this bitch.
Hey, that's why it says, alas, alas. The nation can look like, look. Nobody's going to appreciate it. Because Babylon has been a golden cluster to understand that when this place finally gets taken down, the nation's going to be like, damn, what power has done that? You know what I'm saying? Then they're going to see our big brother come out the sky, and they say, oh, damn, this is what they was talking about. This is what his elect was waiting for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think about here in Cleveland, it was a fire in Canada, a forest fire, and the fucking sky was red and everything was smoking
Huh.
here. What more would this fall to get turned into a wildfire? People don't see smoke. Oh yeah, that's America. That bitch been burning for about 20 years now. Yeah, for a long time. That shit been burning. Mexico, that shit gonna be, bro, it's gonna be a fucking cloud over the world. This place gonna burn up. It's gonna be seen. Every eye shall see. And this place gonna be made of. Fuck, the judge giving nigga 50 years. The Lord finna get this place a long ass burning. The Lord gonna make an example out of this place.
Hey, we still talking about Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
And the desolation that place is now, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be Sodom and Gomorrah is a prerequisite, like it says in Jude. You know that was used for an example of those that lived ungodly, man. And this is an ungodly and unfaithful generation that we're living in, man. All right, because of the teachings of Esau, Edom. You got it, man. Hey, you want to grab that Joel too? Come on.
Isaiah 13 and verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So modern day Babylon, you know what I'm saying? You know, which is America. You know what I'm saying? Because the scripture tell you in Revelation, they also call this place Sodom and Egypt. It's gonna be a Sodom and Gomorrah. What did the Lord do to Sodom and Gomorrah? He destroyed that whole place, man, because for the wickedness that they was doing. We go into that word Sodom, it means like homosexual acts.
Yeah, burning.
Yeah, that's what it is. Going to burning. Yep.
Yeah,
One
that's how
verse
the
20.
Lord, that's how the Lord's gonna turn this place into it's gonna make it desolate. When you look up the word desolate, it means utterly empty. It's not gonna be one human being here that's roaming this place. There's gonna be one lone wolf Edomite. Trying to fight back. No, it ain't gonna be none of that, man.
Like the last, remember the last samurai, fucking Edomite playing the last samurai? There ain't gonna be no last Edomite walking around and, now he gonna bring his nation back. No, man. We're gonna find that last Edomite. He's gonna be divided asunder, man. And then thrown into the pit, man.
Isaiah 13 and 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms. The beauty of the
Glory of kingdoms. This the place people come to live in my best life. Niggas come across 6,000 miles of ocean to come here to live their best life here. The glory niggas they see shit like this. They got a fucking TP hood in their country. They come here and see a lot like this, like coming to America. That nigga was amazed. I don't want Lisa. I want Lisa. That shit was, bro. That nigga was amazed at all this shit. That was a fucking KFC he was in. The food came in 5 minutes. We had to catch our shit. That nigga, bro, this shit is amazing to niggas. A pot belly? You mean the sandwich come in 5 minutes? 5 minutes? they be amazed at that shit.
Hey, and whatever it is, it's ready in 5 minutes too.